Hi guys, in this video I'm going to show you how you can reach your customers with a minimal budget using Google Ads. Now, Google Ads is being searched for about 2.5 million times per second, so it is a very competitive search engine to use when advertising your business or your services, your products or services. Now, how do you manage to get your business listed on Google and make it profitable for you if you've only got a small budget, especially for a small size company? So in this video, I want to show you 20 different steps or 20 different ways in which you can advertise your business on Google with a very small to minimal budget. Have clear objectives. So what I mean by that is that before you start implementing your Google Ads campaign, be very clear about what is it that you're hoping to achieve, whether it's sales or whether it's conversions, you want leads or you want people to fill in your contact form. And by doing so, you can steer your Google Ads campaign towards the objectives that you have outlined in the first place. So never lose sight of your objectives. Set up accurate goals and SMART goals. So now that you've got a very clear objective, what you can do is you can implement goals within your Google Ads account, or if you're using Google Analytics, whatever you're doing. So by doing so, you can accurately measure the performance of your Google Ads campaigns. And not only that, but you're feeding really good quality information back to Google Ads. So Google Ads can help you to drive more conversions and more leads. Location targeting. So if you've got a small budget, so Google Ads, you can target the whole world with it, yeah? So not just your own country. In order for your budget to work better for you, what you need to do is you need to really work on your locations. What is the locations that you wish to target? So it doesn't even have to be a country, it could be your county, your local county or your local town. And by doing so, your budget is going to be very focused towards that area as opposed to cutting it very thin. Now, also with location targeting, not only can you include location, but you can also have exclusions, so you can have negative locations. So if there are areas whereby you think that you don't want to serve your products or services to, you can exclude those areas from your Google Ads campaigns, and as a result you will be again saving out on money but getting a really good performance from your Google Ads account. Invest time in setting up your account structure properly. So what I mean by that is really organize your campaigns, your ad groups, your keywords and your ad copy so that they all tie in with one another. So as a result of that, the ad that people see are a lot more higher quality and a lot more relevant as opposed to them typing in a search keyword and seeing a generic ad. So, and not only that, but by having a good campaign structure or account structure, you can then instruct Google on how to optimize each one of your campaigns. So, and what sort of budgets you want to allocate to each campaign. So you've got a lot more control over your Google Ads account by having a good structure in place right from the beginning. Focus on quality score. So what I mean by that is that Google assesses every keyword, every landing page, what your click-through rate is. So it uses various metrics to assess what your quality score is. Now, it gives you a score from not having a quality score at all up until 10. Yeah. So what it technically means is that the higher your quality score, the less you will have to pay to Google per click. Your average cost per click will drop according to what your quality score is. So technically what that means is that you could be listed at a higher position than your competitors, even though you're paying less per click than your competitors. I do have another video talking purely about quality score, and we link somewhere around this video, so if you click on it you'll be able to see more about quality score. And by the way guys, whilst you're watching this, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that notifications button so that when I do create new content, you'll be the first to be notified. And also what you can do, you can download this Google Ads ebook that I've created. It's a really good book whereby it'll give you a good starting point in terms of how to create a great Google Ads structure right from day one. The link will be in the description below. Create a brand campaign. And what I mean by brand is whatever your company name is. Some people will be searching by using your company name. As well as your search campaign, it can also be done using something called a display campaign. So you're creating more brand awareness for your business. So when you're setting up your brand campaign for your Google Ads search account, you can use pure brand, which is just like the name of your company or your prime brand, or you can have it as a combination of brand and product name, or brand and service name. As a result of that, what you should see is a lot less cost per click, and people will be able to find you a lot easier simply because you've got a bit more brand awareness out there. Implement a strategy of having long-tailed keywords as opposed to the short-tailed keywords. So what I mean by that is the short-tailed keywords might be, for example, if I'm looking for a house, it could be houses in London, right? So what will happen with that is that the competitive nature will be very high. So you'll be paying a lot to Google in terms of your costs, your overall cost, as well as cost per click, but getting a lower volume of return. Whereas if you use keywords which are long tail, in other words, say for example, 5-bedroom house in London, you can get a lower volume of people searching for those keywords, but the quality of those keywords is going to be far higher. Negative keywords. So as well as including keywords that you want to be targeted for, don't forget to exclude keywords that you don't want to be found for. So for example, a negative keyword could be the word jobs. So if you're a if you're in the real estate industry or lettings agency, if someone's typing in lettings agency jobs, then you're not in that market for that, so you don't want to be paying Google for those clicks. So basically what you can do, you can take the word jobs and you can put it inside something called a negative list. So then if someone does type in letting agents jobs, then your ad will not be shown and you will not be paying Google or any other search engine for those clicks. Start small. So don't implement an account which has got loads of campaigns and loads of ad groups and loads of keywords, yeah? So rather than starting that way around, start off with a small account and grow it organically, yeah? So target your main product or service, whatever you want to achieve. Set up a campaign for that, maybe a few ad groups in it, and within each ad group a few keywords and relevant ad copy. As and when that starts to perform, you can then start branching out and start creating more and more campaigns, as opposed to starting off with a huge campaign and burning all your budget right on day one. Think about keyword intent. So what I mean by that is it's important to group your keywords into research intent keywords and buying intent keywords. Now the research intent keywords are whereby people are researching a topic. So they might be typing in how to, how do you do this, or how do you find a house, or how do you evaluate a house, and so on. Whereas the buying intent ones would be like, for example, estate agency in London. So they've got clear buying intent. Now, one strategy to use to find good keywords is use the Google Keyword Planner tool. Now with the Google Keyword Planner tool, what I would do is I would search for keywords which have got a medium to high search volume, but the competitive nature of those keywords is low. Those are your ideal sort of keywords whereby you can focus on the keywords and not have to pay a huge amount for cost per click. Ensure your landing pages are designed for conversions. So take people directly to a specific landing page which ties in or matches what keyword they might have used in when they came into Google in the first place. So it's really important to take them to the exact page as much as possible, and that landing page, make sure you've got the basics right. For example, the main title of the page represents what the user might be searching for. It's got clear descriptions about what products or services you're offering. It's got a really good call to action so that people can, when they look at the landing page, they don't have to necessarily go to that page and go to that page and go to that page to find that information or to contact you. They can just contact you directly from that page. If you can, make use of videos and images. So just go for gold on creating an awesome landing page in order to maximize your conversion rates. Prioritize your products or services. So though you might have 10 different products or services that you want to ideally get out there, because you've got a small budget or a minimal budget, focusing on your main products or services which are going to get you quick returns and a healthy ROI. Automation and smart bidding. So with Google Ads, you can even specify that, hey, I want to generate leads at X amount per lead, or $20 per lead, or $30 per lead, or even $5 per lead. And you can use that in order to let Google work out when and where your ads are being shown and to which audiences. As a result of that, you might be getting a lower volume of clicks, but the quality of the clicks is going to be far more higher. Set your daily budget. So what normally happens is that at the start of a campaign, you've got a monthly budget in mind, but the best thing to do is break that budget down into a daily budget, just roughly divided by 30, which will give you a daily budget. And that budget helps you to control what you're spending. You can also put your budgets within something called a shared library. And by putting it inside a shared library, what it means is that whatever campaigns you've got, your budget is being used amongst those campaigns. So it's being divided between those campaigns as opposed to allocating budget specifically for each campaign. Now, with budgets, one thing to take into account is that Google can fluctuate your budget slightly, because you might have set a budget of, I don't know, $10 a day, but you might find the next day, yesterday's budget was like $12. That's okay, don't worry about that, because what Google will do is that eventually it will even out during the course of the next 30 days. Take advantage of extensions. So the extensions such as SITELINKS, call-out extensions, phone extensions, pricing extensions, what you can do, you can make your ad, the amount of space that your ad takes up will be far greater. So therefore it's going to be more attractive for people to click on. But then analyze your extensions, which extensions are working. In other words, which ones are driving conversions and which ones are not. And the ones that are not, take them out or replace them with other combinations of the extensions that you might be using. Position number one is not always the best position. Everybody wants to be number one, but hey, experiment with your campaigns. Back in the days, Google used to tell you what your average position was. It's got rid of that now. So basically, don't worry too much about your position within Google Ads, but more so look at other factors such as your impression share. For example, how many times your ad is being shown when people are searching for your business or your products or services in comparison to your competitors. So don't get too hung up about being at position 1. Position 2, 3, 4 can sometimes outperform the results that you're going to get, even the ROI that you're going to get in comparison to being at position number 1. Ad copy. Now, this is probably one of the most important things that you'll ever do, because the ad copy, the ad text, is the first thing that people will see in order to determine whether they're going to click on that ad and visit your website, or whether they're not going to click on it. So one really key thing to remember is, as well as trying to attract the right audience who are ready to buy your products or services, it's also equally as important to disqualify audiences who you feel that if they click on the ad, they will never buy from me anyway, because of the service that we offer or the pricing point or whatever. So essentially, as well as attracting the right audience, it's also important to, in your ad copy, to try to disqualify people who you know that you don't want them to click on your ad. Scheduling. So you've got, what day of the week you want your ad to show, or what time of the day you want your ad to show. So what's really important is to work out when are your audiences or your potential customers likely to be searching for you. If you've got some historical data, take a look, right, to see when is it that you're getting most of your conversions. Is it in the weekends? Is it in the weekdays? Is it in the evenings, or in the mornings, or whatever? And then fine-tune your ad scheduling to correlate with where your conversions are coming from, or where you think that my audience is more likely to be searching or inquiring at that point in time. So what you're doing as a result of that, you're not burning your budget by letting the ads run 24 hours, 7 days a week, but you're really homing in into when your ads are running, what day and what time of the day your ads are running. As a result of that, your ads are showing a lot to a higher quality of audiences using a smaller budget. Implement audiences and demographics. So if you know who your audiences are, for example, again, if you're in the real estate industry sector, or a letting agency or estate agency, whatever you call it, depending on which part of the world you're in, one of the audiences that you can define are homeowners. So then Google is more likely to show your ads, regardless of the keyword, to audiences that may be classified as homeowners. Or if you want to attract people who are renters, who might be renting a house, you might want to add an audiences for people who are renting your house. Likewise with your demographics, and you've got like your age, you've got your gender, and in some countries, depending on where you are, you've got your income. So if you feel that, hey, most of my audiences are going to be females of the age of 24 to 35 or whatever, you can give Google Ads that information. So then your ads are being served to much more higher quality audiences. Test, test, and test. That's the last tip I'm going to give to you, because it's fair enough creating this great campaign which has got all the above built into it. But what's really important is you continually test. You test your ad copy, you test your locations, you test your keywords, you test your search terms again and again and again. And it's never the case that you let you switch on your Google Ads campaign and you walk away from it and it's going to start performing. You always need to be tweaking. So by tweaking, you're getting rid of any sort of dead wood or something that might not be working so well, and you're letting your money work better for you because it's been focused towards something that is working for you a lot better. If you did find this video useful, please feel free to drop a comment below and even tell me what are the strategies that you use within your business to work on a smaller sort of budget, which I may not have covered within this video. And likewise, don't forget to download my Google Ads ebook. It's a great handy guide whereby it tells you how to create a fantastic Google Ads campaign right from day one. So it gives you the basic structure there, and whilst at it, feel free to subscribe and hit the notifications button so that when I do create new content, you'll be the first to know. Hope you found it useful. Goodbye guys.